Aunt Eater's Mystery Vacation by Doug Koshman. Aunt Eater writes the fairy. Aunt Eater, the ant eater, was going away on vacation. "You're taking a lot of books with you," said Mr. Chumley, her neighbor. "I love mysteries," said Aunt Eater. "All I want to do is relax and read." "You must hurry or you'll miss the ferry," said Mr. Chumley. The ferry was waiting at the dock. Ding, ding! The captain rang the bell. "All aboard!" he cried. "The ferry to the Hotel Bathwater is about to leave." Aunt Eater found a seat and opened her book. The waves were high. The ferry swayed back and forth. Suddenly, a big wave hit the ferry. Whoosh, crash. Everyone looked sick, all except Aunt Eater. "What a fun ride," she said. "But it is hard to read my mysteries." Just then the first mate rushed on deck. "Has anyone seen the captain?" he cried. "I can't find him anywhere." All the passengers just moaned. "This sounds like a mystery," said Aunt Eater. "I will help you find the captain." Aunt Eater and the first mate searched the whole boat. They looked on the upper deck. They looked on the lower deck. They looked in the engine room. They even looked in the lifeboats, but could not find the captain anywhere. "We will be landing soon," said the first mate. "I must lower the anchor." "Stop!" a voice cried. "Do not lower the anchor." "That sounds like the captain," cried the first mate. Just Aunt Eater rushed to the railing. The first mate ran to get a rope. The first mate pulled the captain back on deck. "What happened?" asked Aunt Eater. "A big wave knocked me overboard," said the captain. "Thank you for saving me." "Aunt Eater, would you like to ring the bell? We are about to reach the shore," said the captain. "Oh, yes," said Aunt Eater. "What an exciting way to begin my vacation." Ding, ding! "All ashore!" cried Aunt Eater. Aunt Eater follows a sweater. Aunt Eater checked in to the hotel bathwater. "We are happy to see you again," said the hotel detective, Mr. Bundy. "It is good to be back," said Aunt Eater. "Shiny, shiny!" squawked Pat, the mynah bird. "No, no," said Aunt Eater. "Do not take the buttons off my sweater. Here is a nice shiny knicker." The bellhop took Aunt Eater's bags to her room. Aunt Eater sat down and opened her books, but she was so tired from her trip she fell asleep. She dreamed she was a great detective. She followed a dark figure who left giant footsteps. The figure reached out its bony hands. "Help! Help!" cried a voice. Aunt Eater woke up. She heard the cry again. "Someone is in trouble," she said. Aunt Eater ran out into the hallway. "Someone stole my diamond ring," cried a woman in a green dress. "I went into the bathroom to powder my snout. When I came out, my ring was gone. It was right there on the table." "I will call Mr. Bundy," said Aunt Eater. "He will solve your mystery." When Mr. Bundy came, he asked, "What happened, Miss Wainscott?" "Someone stole my ring," cried Miss Wainscott. "Many things have been missing at the hotel lately," said Mr. Bundy, "but we have no clues. Who can the thief be?" "This is a real mystery," said Aunt Eater. "I will get my sweater and help you look for clues." Aunt Eater went to her room to get her sweater, but her sweater was gone. "Goodness!" she said. "Now I am missing something." She saw a piece of yarn on the windowsill. "Oh my sweater has come undone!" Aunt Eater cried. "Maybe if I follow the yarn, it will lead me to the thief." She followed the yarn down to the lake, past the bench, around the tree, into the garden, and there was Pat, the mynah bird. Next to him were many shiny things: paper clips, knickers, big silver buttons, a silver pin, and a diamond ring. "See, so you're the thief," said Anteater. "Shiny, shiny," Pat squawked. Anteater took everything to the hotel. "You found my ring!" cried Miss Wainscott. "Well, it looks like you should solve this mystery," said Mr. Bundy. "Thank you," said Anteater. "Now I'm going to my room to try to read my book." The next morning, Anteater took a walk in the garden. She stopped near a bench. "This is a lovely spot to read my mystery," she said. Then she saw a package on the bench. "What could this be?" she asked. "There it is," cried a voice. "Hello, Professor Slagbottom," said Anteater. "Is this your package?" "Yes," said the professor. "I'm so forgetful. And this package is the leg bone of the rare Spinosaurus," he said. "It is a prized bone in my dinosaur collection." "Here you are," said Miss Anteater. "Thank you," said Professor Slagbottom. "I must be off." Anteater opened her book and began to read her mystery. Just as Anteater finished chapter 4, Professor Slagbottom ran back into the garden. "It's gone! It's gone!" he cried. "What is gone?" asked Anteater. "My bone, my rare bone," said the professor. "I cannot find it." "This is a mystery," said Anteater. "Let's think. Where did you go this morning?" Said Professor Slagbottom. "First I went to breakfast. Then I went into the garden and down to the lake. Then I went into the kitchen and I went back to my room." "We will look in the kitchen first," said Anteater. "Have some soup," said Cook. Anteater took a sip of the soup. "I did not want to complain," she said, "but this soup is awful." "It is the worst soup I have ever tasted," said the professor. "Oh dear," said the cook, "it must be the soup bone. It was very big." "Let me see the bone," said Anteater. Cook took the lid off the soup pot. "That is my bone," cried the professor. "I am so forgetful. I must have left it in the kitchen." "A bone is a bone," said Cook. "Professor Slagbottom," said Anteater, "I think you have made another discovery." "What is that?" asked the professor. "The dinosaur bones do not make good soup," said Anteater. After lunch, Anteater was at the lake. She was reading her book when she looked up. She saw a strange woman sneak up to the back door. She had a notebook in her hand. Said Anteater. "She looks like someone from one of my mystery books." Anteater followed her. Anteater saw a piece of paper fall out of the woman's notebook. Anteater picked it up and read it. "My goodness," said Anteater, "she is a thief. Maybe I can find a painting and take it to Mr. Bundy." "So now you know my story. I was the one who stole the famous painting, Still Life with Cabbage and French Fries. I hid it with the dinner plates at the hotel." Anteater raced into the kitchen. She looked inside every cupboard. She even looked in the drawers and inside the pantry. There was no painting. Mr. Bundy came into the kitchen. "What are you looking for?" he asked. Anteater told him all about the strange woman and showed him the paper. "We must find her," Mr. Bundy said. Anteater took Mr. Bundy to the back door. "This is where I saw her," said Anteater. "This door goes into the hotel library," said Mr. Bundy. Suddenly they heard a crash. They ran into the library. Books were everywhere. In the middle of the room was the strange woman. "I can't find my ending," the woman cried. "Ending?" asked Mr. Bundy. "I came to the hotel to finish my new story," said the woman, "and now I have lost the ending." "Is this it?" asked Mr. Anteater. "Yes," cried the woman. "Thank you." Suddenly Anteater said, "I know who you are. You're Enda Herring, the famous mystery writer. You are my favorite author. I have been trying to finish one of your books since I arrived at the hotel. I love mysteries. So do I, said Miss Herring. Anteater has solved 2 mysteries since she came here, said Mr. Bunny. You have? Said Miss Herring. You must tell me about them. Let's order some tea and talk about mysteries. That is a lovely idea, said Anteater. And that is what they did. The end of Anteater's Mystery Vacation by Doug Koshman.